So I thought it was a good idea for me to make this video. And I just wanted to say some things that are in my chest, in my heart. Whatever someone might try to tag it, label it as. It's your call, it's your opinion. However your brain operates, you can figure that out. I remember when I came to Sierra Leone about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, when December 2024, when I came to Sierra Leone, December. I think it was 2024 because right now it's 2026, mid. I remember it was December 2024, I came to Sierra Leone, I visited. And I remember seeing a man walking by right at the airport, the flight that we got out of. And he's heading towards the counter to do, like, obviously, you know what happens if you've ever been to an airport, you know the check-in situation and all that stuff. And you have to go through the whole customs process and everything. It's funny that what I saw, I marveled at. It baffled me. I like to call people who are from Sierra Leone, who live in either England or Britain, I like to call them Westernized Sierra Leoneans. And in a way, that's kind of the same category I put myself in, but I don't behave in any way like these people. And these Westernized Sierra Leoneans, okay, this gentleman, I want to call him a gentleman, but I'm even embarrassed to call him a gentleman, so I'm just going to say this man. He walked towards the counter, and there was a man, young Sierra Leonean guy, who is at a youthful age. He's trying to make his life better. He's actually doing the right things. And they're standing there in sections. I'm sure anybody who has been from America to Sierra Leone or going back or returning back to the States, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And all he says is, "Sir, please come over here," giving them directions. And this older man walked by. Oh, now that I talk to, who did I talk to? You not gonna left me, you not gonna left me, my pass. Who did I fit say be? And I'm looking at him, I'm like, why are you giving him that kind of an attitude for? Why are you being so disrespectful and so rude? But I didn't say anything, I paid attention. He did not listen to any instructions, he just did whatever he wanted to do. And he ignored that young man and he walked all the way to the counter. And he proceeded to berate the attendants at the counter, to berate them and talk down to them. What you ask me question for? You don't go check me passport. I'm just like, why is this man being so rude? And they just did what he said and they checked his passport and they said, "Have a good day, sir." This is a Sierra Leonean who's behaving in a particular way to his fellow Sierra Leoneans because he's from America. And then when I went on the Lunge Street, my first time in Sierra Leone back after almost 30 years, I left when I was a young kid. I went back to the Lunge Street, and I remember, because at that time I didn't know what the currency was. I remember I had like $30 on me. I changed that $30 and I had like some leons or so, whatever, over 500 leons. I started to give people money. And everybody started to chase the car. And I said to the guy who picked me up, "Why are they chasing after me? I mean, it's only $30. He's like, and then he said something in Creole. He's like, "If you know anything that they mean to them people that wouldn't walk at Sunday within, if you know what he mean to them, you go understand what you don't do for them." So I was like, to me, it means nothing. I'm just helping him out. I came with a budget. And he proceeded to say, tell me this, let's on where you understand what's in the go to the country, you go understand, say, you kind of they call JC. Then JC, then they know they give people them free money, then get them behavior. Then I remember I went I remember when I started to give people free money, people started to crowd around me. And I didn't, like, I had a budget. And my budget, I knew what I wanted to do. I had a plan. And I had a young girl, beautiful, beautiful young Sierra Leonean girl, came and said to me, "Oh, if you want to enjoy, come Ogona Corner." I looked at her, I'm like, "What do you mean Ogona Corner?" I'm like, me not gonna no corner. I just to help you. I just to help them out. Say, oh no, if you want to get extra enjoyment. So I looked at her and I decided to switch from the Creole to English. I was like, look, I don't want any extra enjoyment. I just want to be nice to you, okay? I don't know what you mean by extra enjoyment, but if you mean what I think you mean, I'm not interested in that kind of life. Young, beautiful Sierra Leonean girl. I said no to her because I have morals. I have standards. I have etiquettes. I said no. And I went and told the man who came and picked me up at the airport, he's kind of like a family member to me. I told him about it. He's like, oh, now because you know say you get money, now so then they when just see them come, they give you you give them small thing, then take them, then sleep with you, then they get belly. They went them but then can a salon and can sleep with them picking and then go and change the number. I was like, that's gross. That's actually disgusting. I'll never do that. He's like, I know you. I know you would not. Because most of them would have done that. But you are not like that. So good for you. And I remember going back into the city. I remember, I've done another video. I remember going back to the city and seeing, at the time I did not know what Kush was. It was my first time back in Sierra Leone. And I remember the young Sierra Leonean boy that was laying down in the streets that I've shared. How much I spent on that boy to try to... I didn't know it was Kush. I just thought he didn't have anybody. I said, let me help him out. But what am I trying to say by saying all this? For all of you people who are in Sierra Leone, what I've noticed is, and let me just say this before I really get to what I want to say. That same man that was at the airport, that older man that was being rude and was belittling people, talking down to them, when it just so happens to be that on the flight back home, that man was on a flight returning back home with me, back to America. I saw him at the American Customs and Immigration. I saw him there. A white man said to that man, sir, step over here. He looked at the man and said, yes, sir. He stepped in, well behaved. But in Sierra Leone, he's berating people, talking down to them. But in America, he's obeying. And I said to myself, this is the definition of a pet Negro, a house nigger. This is what you call a house nigger. He comes to his own country for him to love on his people, appreciate his people, be kind to them. Instead, he comes to where the white man stays and he's all well behaved. How can you come to your country where you're supposed to treat your people with kindness, courtesy, and respect, enjoy them, but yet you come to the white man's land and you're fully compliant and fully obedient? Because he knows America don't play. What I want to say to most of you Sierra Leoneans, stop belittling yourself among Sierra Leoneans who have been to America. Look, I know the dollar is valuable. I am well aware of it. But the dollar is not more valuable than your soul, than your spirit. I know most of you in Sierra Leone are struggling. But stop belittling yourself over dollars. Stop doing it. And some of the worst people you ever deal with are the Sierra Leoneans who have left Sierra Leone, made it to America, and they've worked a little bit of dollar and they come back to visit. They're some of the worst people you ever come across because they don't treat you with kindness and respect. They belittle you. Stop lowering yourself. Know you're God's creation. Know your level. Know your class. Value yourself. Don't let these Sierra Leoneans who've come to America and have experienced a little bit of the Western culture, don't allow them to come back to Sierra Leone and belittle you and talk down to you. Put yourself where you belong. You have class. You have dignity. You have grace. Do you know what $10 is for me in America? I can't even buy McDonald's with $10. I need like $13 just to buy a McDonald's meal. Man, I'm talking about Creole. For going to a fast food restaurant for buy food, you know, you need past $10. You need like $13, $14. If you carry your family go out for go eat, you just spend like a $30, $40. Me not supposed to eat out all the time, but when somebody in a free town ask me for 20, 30, I don't go able for doing for all, man. One person I go able for doing for. But if somebody really is struggle, you ask me for $30, they give you. You know me to say, if I can't belittle you, talk down to you, misbehave to you. America, Yes, the dollar valuable. But let me make something clear to every single one of you. If you conduct yourself with class and dignity, America is a place of geography, a land of opportunity. But it doesn't mean coming from America means you should belittle and degrade people living in Sierra Leone. It doesn't mean that. To all of you little girls in Sierra Leone, stop allowing these JC boys to come to Sierra Leone and use and abuse you. Stop allowing it. Stop allowing it. Let me tell all of you, if somebody that's a JC or whatever, all these people coming from America to Sierra Leone, just because they give you $20, they've already budgeted themselves. If they come to Sierra Leone and they give you a little $10, $20, to them it means nothing. Take it, say thank you, have a nice day. But leave them alone. Stop degrading yourself to the level to where all these westernized Sierra Leoneans who have left Sierra Leone and come to America or England can return back to the country and talk down to all of you. Even your leadership, all these so-called fake politicians you all have, many of them are returnees. They return from America back to Sierra Leone, they speak a little bit of English and they act like they're better than all of you. It's really embarrassing. And I really feel sad for many of you Sierra Leoneans who are being, for me, I was raised right. My dad and my mother raised me right to never. I remember when I was a child. One day, a much poorer gentleman said something to me. And I remember I looked at him and I said something really bad to him. My dad, right in front of that man, my dad gave me a beating. And when I went home, he beat me again. Ma talk about Creole. I didn't know what old pa na salowa be small. The pa tell me something for do, he tell me for my do something, I give him back talk. When my papa come, he catch me while they give him back talk. He beats me before the man. The one kind of also he beats me back. He now teach me, say, it don't matter whether person gets or get, they talk, they disrespect people them. It's now from that moment, say, me papa don't teach me how to behave. And me papa instill that inside for me, say, unfortunately, people can go through hard life. But they disrespect or talk down to people them. Now I make, the way I don't big, me papa raise me right, me mama raise me right. I know they look down on people them. I know they do them. Sierra Leoneans them, una get class, una get dignity, una get respect. Una stop for allow then salon people where they come out, na salon they can make where they don't westernize, for return back na salon and for look down on una. Una stop for allow them. Una stop for allow them. Period. God forbid the day I ever look down on my fellow Sierra Leonean. God forbid. God forbid. I live in America. I get it. America is giving me a platform, an opportunity to be great. America is the land of opportunity. But don't forget that it is God that gave you America. And God can take it back from you at any moment. So the day you forget your level, your class, where you're from, and that God elevated you, and you go back, you start talking down to people who have not had the same blessing you've had, remember who gave you the blessing you had. Lord Jesus, forgive me if I ever talk down to my fellow Sierra Leonean. Lord Jesus, forgive me if I ever treat Sierra Leonean women with disrespect and menace. God forgive me. I never want to treat my Sierra Leonean brothers and sisters with contempt. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't care if you're Sierra Leonean or you're American. If you disrespect me, I will give you that same disrespect. If you respect me, I don't care how much you don't have. You come talk to me, you tell me you need help. If the concern is legitimate, you're not lying to me, and I can help you, I'll help you. I don't have to disrespect you to give you help. I don't. Because you're a human being, you have a soul just like me. And no matter how you've been at this wall, at some point, God will elevate you. And if you forget to say you come out, at some point, God will bring you come back down. I believe in one thing in my mind and my conscience. I solely believe in this. No matter who you are in this world, no matter who that you be, no matter how God elevates you, the time go reach Where if you forget saying that God elevates you, you begin for talk down till you come pay multi-money, God go bring you come back down. And he go teach you humility. Anyway, I don't want to make this video long. I just want to make a share. That's all.